An unusual and extreme price movement in the markets, typically due to a high trading activity. Let's talk about the largest liquidity grab that just happened before all of our eyes last night in the crypto sector. A $400 million liquidation, that is. As many of you know, and I can put a screenshot up right here from the one that I personally took last night, almost every single crypto took a major dive, flashing down and touching a support level out of absolutely nowhere. And the first thing factually that you can take out of this is the whole thing is rigged. We have to be very careful. But what is actually going on? In today's video, we got a lot of stuff to cover. I'm going to start it off with crypto because I think this is the main thing that is going through our head because bigger players are moving money around. And then I'm going to be talking about AMC, GameStop, then the S&P 500, and the Tesla trade to close out the video. So if you enjoy watching or find value out of the video, all I ask in return, please hit the like button. It's free. Get us to 20K subscribers. Let's get into it. Bitcoin all the way down to about 40,600 last night, currently trading at 41,000. And this was from a high of 44,600, so about a $4,000 drop on Bitcoin. Now, this is actually the exact same as the cycle that we have drawn out, coming up and hitting this relative peak and then flashing down, building support. We want to see this hold here. I'd say this isn't scary unless Bitcoin broke below 38,000 and flash below that out of nowhere. Then the liquidity grab would get serious. But as of right now, Bitcoin is still holding up. I did add more. Now, does this correlate to what we've been talking about? Is this a liquidity grab for the swaps that expire, or what's happening with banks, right? Banks and market-making criminals are using as final collateral / leverage to keep their toxic derivatives afloat. Time is running out. In fact, Edward actually called this out on December 5th, stating no one is prepared for the crypto dump that is coming. No one is prepared for the banking collapse and the financial Armageddon that is brewing. The satanic Ponzi scheme of finance that's used to play out agendas is about to collapse. The mortal wound to the head of the beast will be witnessed by the world as written in Revelation 13:3. Now, as this may not be that deep, or it may, right? He did call out the crypto dump, stating that it does correlate to the swaps and derivatives that they are trying to keep afloat. Now, on the other side, Tether has printed 1 billion out of thin air. As liquidity and volume dries up, the Bitcoin cartel is desperately trying to inject fake liquidity to stop prices from plummeting even further. Screenshot right here for all of you guys to see. Now, what's interesting about this is Tether holds a vast amount of Evergrande bonds as well. Evergrande bankruptcy court date is January 29th, 2024, the last date. Tether is likely the unforeseen black swan in crypto. After having been delayed for over 2 years, their bankruptcy is inevitable as no one is buying Evergrande bonds, making them illiquid, nor their prepaid apartment. There's no money flowing into the scheme beyond the CCP bailouts. What do you guys think about this down below? Does this correlate to everything? Because as of right now, I don't see a separate argument that is holding up. Moving on, BlackRock raises alarm and warns the SEC, saying Bitcoin as a security would cause troubles, so do not classify Bitcoin as a security. Now, it's unlikely that they would do so. They lost the case against XRP trying to classify it as a security, and I think the same will happen with Bitcoin. And finally, Google changes their policy to, in quotes, allow cryptocurrency coin trust advertising effective from the 29th of January, which is the same date of the Evergrande court, which is the same time for the Bitcoin ETF approval. And chances are Google has that insider information. Now, finally, shifting from crypto to AMC, Adam Aron tweeted this morning, our movie Taylor Swift, The Eras Tour just got nominated for a Golden Globe Award, Best Cinematic and Box Office Achievement. As you know, it's the first movie AMC has distributed in our 103-year history. We are very proud today. So shout out to Taylor Swift, shout out to AMC. I think this is huge. This is beautiful. I would like to see, of course, Adam Aron start tweeting more about a squeeze, but I'm not going to get into the whole Adam Aron scenario. I just wanted to bring this up because it is fundamentally good for AMC, and it will bring more positive eyes to AMC as well as Taylor Swift. And it also is just going to make Taylor Swift be more prone to doing another partnership with AMC, right? As well as other celebrities. Now, AMC trading at $7.04, up 1.52% on the day. As you can see, this isn't what we're looking at. We're looking at from back in January before the first run up that we have been tracking, waiting for this little gap up in this green circle that I have drawn out. AMC sitting right there, looking like it is going to have that gap up pretty soon. We are just sitting here waiting for it. Volume is fading. We need that volume candle to pick up and get that slight gap up, hopefully over $7.60, hopefully at least up to $8 coming into this point of interest. Either way, we have a few days. This point of interest starts on December 13th on the Wednesday. So overall, if we miss this window, then the January scenario is unlikely to play out. But as of right now, nothing is invalidated just yet. AMC Ortex numbers, 9.9% short interest of free float. So somehow the short interest is dropping again, but we know that that is not accurate. We know where Ortex gets their information. According to Stock Tracker, 6.2 million shares available to borrow on AMC, 16,000 calls compared to 16,000 puts expiring in the money. So the price is stagnant, volume is low, options chain are evened out. However, if we go up or we go down, there are plenty of options on the call and put side expiring out of the money to pull this thing one way or the other. Short exempts also still pretty high for AMC. GameStop, we're looking at this double top here that can scale up, and then this flush down. Same time frame as AMC, this slight double top, right? Scale up, we're getting that flush down. I think you could see GameStop come all the way down to $12, touching this bottom trend line before climbing higher, entering the point of interest later than AMC, right? January, February, okay? That is what we're looking at for GameStop for the bullish case scenario, correlated over AMC around the same time frame when they both rip. GameStop, 900,000 shares available to borrow, 14,000 calls compared to 16,000 puts expiring in the money, so we are losing on the option chain. However, if GameStop does start to scale up, there are a ton more people betting bullish on GameStop than bearish. Short exempts died down, but 78,000 is still way too high for GameStop. We used to see 3,000, let alone 700, right? So that is something to pay attention to. Now, before we get into the S&P 500 and some additional stuff to close out the video, guys, if you have not already, get in the Discord. The link is right under the video. I'm in there on the daily. You can come talk stocks with me. We talk stocks, crypto all day long with the most amazing people. Whether you're a beginner or advanced trader, this is a coffee a month. So if you are spending your money on a coffee, or you are spending your money on a gym membership that you're not using, whatever it is, right? Whether you go buy a snack, you should be in Discord instead. You got to level up yourself. Get in the Discord. The link is under the video. It's also pinned in the top of comments. We will be glad to have you. Also, if you want up to 15 free stocks, each ride up to 2K per stock, so a chance at $30,000, yes. Use my link, sign up for Moomoo, and make a deposit. It can literally be a penny. You will start earning benefits from there. The more you deposit, the more free stocks you get, but keep in mind, you don't have to do anything with those deposits. And also, if your money's sitting in Moomoo, you are earning 5.1% on your uninvested cash. That link is in the top of the description and pinned in the top comments with the Discord link. So go do that, guys. Go do it. Get your free money before the holidays are over, because we know we have to spend a ton of money on Christmas gifts. Now, portfolio risks are the highest level since before the Great Recession. Historical data since 1976 shows 7 yield curve inversion, 6 followed by recession and bear markets. The current inversion, the deepest in 50 years, signals caution. Data speaks louder than drama. There have been several things lining up showing that the S&P 500 is going to flash way down, way fast, yet nobody is worried, and you can see that in the VIX. Why is nobody worried about the S&P 500? Honestly, who knows? And the next scary thing that I wanted to bring up is we talked about in a YouTube short that the Magnificent Seven has been holding up the SPY, holding it up strong. So the other 493 names have not been, right? And the Magnificent Seven today alone has lost $300 billion in market cap. What else happened today? The SPY hit a new 2023 high, a new relative high. It feels like something is broken. The bigger names are propping things up and then ripping liquidity, and I would be very cautious coming up on the catalyst this week with the Fed trading the S&P 500. I'm going to leave it at that. Nothing I say is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Just be aware. On the flip side, could this be a fire sale for these blue chips? Of course it can. These are the overcrowded trades, the blue chip stocks. The bigger players pulling money from crypto, then pulling money from their blue chips, show that something is brewing. A black swan is brewing. SPY trading at 460.62 came all the way up to 461.30. As of right now, there's nothing to say here. The trend is bullish. The SPY is bullish. And until that flips, I'm not going to be trading it. Tesla, down 2.11% on the day. Tesla's making moves. The news is portraying it to be negative news for the stock. But if you look back here, we expected this retracement on Tesla, and we are getting that retracement on Tesla, right? Look for a low of 218 if possible, but ultimately 226, 221.50 on Tesla. I am still in my calls. I may be adding more once this retracement is over. Overall, we didn't break back in this channel yet anyway, so Tesla isn't even in retracement zone. But if we do break below, just know that we expected a retracement. Overall, guys, that is what I got for you for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed watching or found value out of the video. Make sure to check the links. I love you all. Lottery Stocks out.